share this. Hey, everybody. Give me a moment as I share this out. Happy Wednesday. Sorry I wasn't on yesterday. Life happened. Okay. Group. While we're getting set up, I want to say hi to my parents and to my sister and to all of my family members and friends who watch. Hey, guys. All right. Now we can go to Instagram. All right, let me turn this down. All right. What do we need? You. All right. And pin. What's going on? Pin the comment. All right. So we are all shared out on our platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. We are getting started at 8:05. Like we always do. Tonight we have stories about Kanye and his new album, a supposed nonprofit streaming service, and a British citizen who could be facing some hefty jail time for piracy. So fun stuff. We're going to get started in about 3 minutes. Grab your drinks, grab your snacks, grab whatever you use to make yourself comfortable. I wish I could have some music here, but you all know that the copyright gods that be aren't going to let us flourish. So I'll just talk to you. But we're going to have a good time today. I hope you guys are setting up your one-on-ones. I've been seeing the appointments coming in. We're in almost the fourth quarter of the year, guys. So if you wanted to get started on that business idea before the closeout of 2021, you've got a few months left. So just a reminder. All right, you've got 2 minutes till showtime. Get comfy. Have the kids, gather around the device. Where are you guys? Oh, yeah, you guys don't like the happy hour. That's fine. This is my time to relax before the show. Oh. Toby. Guys, Toby has been... Hey, Canna Cape Cod. How you doing? Thanks for joining. We're getting started shortly. Canna Cape Cod. Guys, if you are in the DMV area and you are looking for an all-inclusive bed and breakfast, go check out Canna Cape Cod. You won't be sorry. They're awesome. Okay. We're getting started in less than 1 minute. So, hey, Charlene, how you doing? Madam President to be. All right. So we are going to have a fun time tonight. Everybody get ready, okay? I'm hitting the record button and I'm turning off this music. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday, Oh, shoot. What happened to my Instagram? My Instagram just conked out on me. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, Facebook. Hey, Instagram. All right, we're starting over. Welcome, 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 everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday through Wednesday live broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. If this is your first time seeing my face or hearing my voice, you're like, who's this lady on the internet? I am Natalie Pierre Lewis. I am the host of NPL Legal Dish and the owner of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. Hi, Leaks Dope. Hi, Candy Cape Cod. Uh, what that means is I help people like yourself, people who want to start their businesses. I help you handle the business paperwork that you need to do. So, getting your articles of incorporation with the state, having EIN numbers and DUNS numbers, making sure that you have appropriate contracts for clients and partners, brand protection strategies so people don't steal your business ideas, and hiring and training strategies so you don't get sued for discrimination. Hello, Natty Labe. I help you do all of these things. If you are wondering, well, I'm qualified to help you do all of these things. I'm very happy that you asked. I am a licensed attorney, have been one for 15 years and counting. I started multiple businesses for myself and others, both online and offline. I've had many careers in the realms of entrepreneurship, the law, education, hospitality, and administrative support. And most important, I'm very passionate about making business and legal education as accessible to everyone as possible. Not everybody has the time, the money, or the desire to go to business school or to law school, but a lot of you have amazing business ideas. And if you're going to be successful, there are just some things that you need to know. There's no way around it. So that's why I'm here. Okay. So if you find yourself in the startup phase of your business and you are kind of tripped up by all the legal jargon and all these forms that you have to fill out, I want to help you. Hit me up. Go to linktree/NPL consulting firm. That is, thank you, Leaks Dope. Linktree/NPL consulting firm. That is the only link in my Instagram, and it's all over my page on Facebook. There you can book yourself a free 15-minute consultation if you are a first-time client. You can also grab my free biz launch cheat sheet that will help you choose and start your dream business in 7 days or less. Linktree/NPL consulting firm is also where you can subscribe to the YouTube channel and the podcast, because you're not going to make every broadcast, but you can catch up at your leisure using the YouTube channel or the podcast. And last but not least, Linktree/NPL consulting firm is where you can get your lovely show merch like this mug that I love. It makes my water taste absolutely wonderful. Tastes like, I don't know, ambrosia. But yeah, Linktree/NPL consulting firm is how you keep up with all of the things that I am doing. Okay. All right, but that is enough business talk. Let's get to the show and why we are here. Here is how the show works, just in case somebody's watching who doesn't know how it goes. So I pull stories from the news, stories that you guys send me, stories that I get off of blogs, podcasts, wherever I find inspiration, and I bring them here. We pull out the lessons that we can learn as business owners, and we talk about them. Okay. So this is the time for you to get involved. Don't be shy. I want your questions. I want your comments. As long as they're respectful, I will be asking you to give me some emojis, to give me some comments. I want your opinions on things. So as long as you're not driving, get ready to participate in this discussion. It's a lot more fun when we participate together. All right. Hey, Williams Lynn Foxy 76. Okay. So I think we've gone through our whole intro, so we can get started on our stories tonight. Tonight we have 3 stories, and then if we have time left over, we will go into Q&A. Okay, so that'll be like just an open Q&A. If you have questions about business formation that you've been wanting to ask, that will be the time to ask if we have time at the end. Okay. All right. So our first story of the evening. If you have listened to Kanye's new album, please give me a thumbs up. Whether you are watching live or you are watching the recording, if you have listened to Kanye's album, his new album Donda that was finally released, give me a thumbs up. If you have not heard it yet, just give me a thumbs down. I won't be listening to it. I haven't been interested in Kanye's music since, like I was saying earlier, before he broke up with Amber Rose. Yeah. But he has a new album out. Apparently, a lot of people are into it. There are a lot of big names on it. And it's Williams Lynn Foxy give me a big thumbs down. Okay. All right. Well, you're not the only one. We're in the same boat here, right? But there is already some controversy surrounding Kanye's album. Um, there is a song on there called Lord, I Need You. You know, Kanye went through his, I don't know, Jesus period. I don't know if he's still in it. Um, but I guess it's carried over into this next album. And he has a song on there called Lord, I Need You. And in this song, he uses a clip from a gospel artist by the name of Brie Babineau. Her vocals can be heard on this song, Lord, I Need You. So when this comes out, Brie Babineau, she goes to social media and she's like, "Oh, well, this is nice. I wish I had known that you were going to put my voice on the album." So she is claiming that Kanye put her vocals on the song on his album without her permission. Now, that is not the end of the story. If you are a person who listens to gospel music with any regularity, you may remember the gospel singer who he used to go by the name Tonex or Tone, Tone with a something over it and an X. Now he goes by the name B Slade. But B Slade, when he saw Brie Babineau's comment online, he basically went after her and was like, "Well, you didn't get permission from me to make your version of my song. That was my song, and where were my rights? Where was the license that you got from me?" So B Slade is now claiming that Brie Babineau has infringed on his copyright, and she's claiming that Kanye has infringed on her copyright. So this is just kind of a ring around the rosy of who has the right to use what. Also, there are rumors that B Slade had sold the rights to that song. We don't know if there's any truth to that, but I think this story is still unfolding. Um, Now, a lot of you, you keep your eyes on the news. You know what's going on. We have watched Kanye spiral over the last few years. Do you think that this was an intentional violation of copyrights? Do you feel like Kanye maybe was just like, I want this on my album and I'm not going to bother getting permission? Do you think that maybe he went to B Slade to get permission because he was the original creator of the song? Does Brie Babineau even have a dog in this fight, even though her vocals are used on the song? What are your opinions of that? Let me know what you think. For me, I feel like whether or not Brie Babineau created that song, uh if she recorded that song and made it her own, and and he used her exact voice on the album, I feel like she should be getting something. Williams Lynn Foxy said Kanye went to the source of the song. Okay, so you're saying that he went to Tonex slash B Slade. Okay. Okay, well then I guess B Slade still had the rights. But do you think that Brie Babineau, should she at least get a cut of this, whether or not B Slade is the originator of this song? Does Brie Babineau deserve a cut because it's her vocals that are being used on Kanye's song? Let me know what you think about that. Okay. All right. And whether you're watching live or you're watching later, I want to know your opinions because I feel like this could go a couple of ways. But I'll keep you guys updated on this as it changes. Okay. All right. Next story that we are talking about for tonight. Um, if you have heard of the streaming service Lowcast, please give me an L in the actually no, give me a TV emoji in the comments. If you've heard of Lowcast, give me a TV emoji in the comments. Um, if you're in the New York area, you may have heard of Lowcast. It is a supposed nonprofit streaming service. Um, I yeah. So I don't understand how they got around to being called a nonprofit. Before we even get into the facts, the entire point of a streaming service is that you pay a monthly fee to someone for access to their media, right? And then if you don't pay, you don't get access. Lowcast was or is or was claiming to be a nonprofit streaming service, and that the monthly money that they were getting from users of their service, those were donations. They weren't payments. They were claiming that they were donations, right? Um, and they were saying that because they are a nonprofit, they shouldn't have to pay for transmission fees over the airwaves. So they've basically been, faking their way through through the streaming streets, and the major networks have had it. ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox filed a lawsuit. Oh, hold on. We got to go back to the Kanye story because Williams Lynn Foxy has something to say. Williams Lynn Foxy said, "No, I don't believe he should pay her as she did not trademark or copyright her streaming by NFT." Well, NFT is a very, very new thing. So I don't feel comfortable getting into that right now. That's something that I need to really sit down and study. But let's have a conversation about that sometime, Williams Lynn Foxy. But yeah, if Brie Babineau did not, take the extra step to protect her version of that song by copyright, then yeah, maybe she doesn't deserve any money, But I'm always for somebody getting paid when they did their work. Okay, moving back to Lowcast. So Lowcast is basically saying we are the, charity of streaming services. Our patrons, they give us monthly donations in exchange for access to our media. And because we're a nonprofit, we shouldn't have to pay to transmit our media. And ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox have said, "Girl, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are kidding?" Lowcast, while they claim to be a nonprofit, if you don't pay your monthly donation, you don't get access to the streaming service. The whole point about a donation is that it is given of free will. You don't have to give it, it is an option. So if you are demanding that people give you a certain sum of money for access to something, it is no longer a donation, it is a payment, or at least that's my definition of a payment. Um, but Lowcast is basically saying, look, we're providing a low cost alternative to, people who may not be able to afford the 13.99, 14.99 that some of these streaming services cost. So I want to know from you guys, what do you think about Lowcast's argument? Obviously, ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox are like, get out of here. But do you think that Lowcast has a point, right? Is is the service they're providing, is it needed? Now, I don't know how much they were charging their users, but is the fact that you have to give a monthly donation, is that does that kind of cancel out this whole nonprofit aspect of their streaming service? If the donation is mandatory, is it still a nonprofit? What do you guys think? I want to know what you think about that. Because for me, you're not a nonprofit. If you're requiring that again, if you're requiring people to provide you payment, that's not a donation. That's an entry fee, a service fee, whatever you want to call it. Uh, but good luck to Lowcast. I don't think you're going to be lasting very long, especially when you got things like the Fire Stick that you can jailbreak. All right. Okay. We are going to take a short break before we move on to our final story of the evening, and then we will jump into our Q&A. If you just popped in, you are watching NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday through Wednesday live broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. If you are in the startup phase of your business and you need some legal guidance, because sometimes it can be confusing, I want to help you. Go to linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm and book yourself a free 15-minute consultation today. All right. Okay. Moving on to our last story of the evening. Um, we talk about piracy a lot on here and how you're not supposed to do it and it's wrong and da da da. But a lot of times when you hear about people doing piracy, you don't really hear about super serious penalties, right? Well, today I have a story for you guys that may make you think twice before you decide to jailbreak that Fire Stick or download that movie off of whatever website you do. Um, there is a gentleman by the name of George Breedy. Okay, he is 51 years old and he is a British citizen. Mr. Breedy was recently extradited from Cyprus because he was found to be guilty of distributing hundreds, if not thousands, of movies and media before their release dates. Hello, Latanya7653. Um, yeah, and the basically all of the industries they came together. There was a whole investigation, and they said that this enterprise that Mr. Breedy was leading, it was him and two other gentlemen, that they have cost the movie industry probably tens of millions of dollars. They have lost tens of millions of dollars. If you notice now these days when you are in the if or when we could go to the theaters, or or even if you get a stream of a movie or a DVD, if those are even still a thing anymore. But at the beginning now, they'll have like these mini commercials where they say, this movie, it puts how it feeds however many families, and they're saying that when you pirate media, you are taking money out of our mouths, blah 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 blah. Right? Hey, 76 Grimke. Anyway, so they weren't kidding about this. They've lost tens of millions of dollars. And when they found out that George Breedy and his associates were a big part of this problem, they launched, an investigation, and they found him in Cyprus. And he is in the United States right now in New York awaiting trial. He has a possibility of facing 30 years in prison for major piracy, guys. That is a lot of time to spend in prison for a few movies. But it's not a few, it's hundreds, if not thousands. But yeah, George Breedy, this 51-year-old man, has been extradited to the United States on piracy charges and is looking at up to 30 years in prison. Now, Mr. Breedy didn't do this on his own. He had two other conspirators. One of them pled guilty and he got 2.5 years of supervised release. And the third guy is still at large. He's probably, at in some country that doesn't have extradition living his life. But this is just a word to the warning that even though, we laugh about piracy and, we'll do whatever, right? These things have actual real consequences. Intellectual property, it's not just there, to give people the right to say who and who can't use their stuff. Intellectual property gets you money, it gets you paid. So if you violate intellectual property laws, you are violating people's money. And who wants their money messed with, right? Nobody. Um, yes. So yeah, those were the stories that I wanted to share with you guys tonight. 76 Grimke, you came in at the tail end today, my dear. Where you been at? I'm used to seeing you in my inbox giving me all the tea, and I haven't had anything these days, but that's okay. It's been quiet. But now is the time we're going to open it up for Q&A. So if you have questions on business formation, now is your time to ask. You can ask about, getting your articles of incorporation with the state. You can ask about EIN numbers and DUNS numbers, contracts, brand protection, trademarks, copyrights, patents. If you want to know about hiring and training strategies, so you don't get sued for discrimination, this is the time to ask. If not, we can kind of close out early for the evening. It's been a little light in the stories, guys. It's not me, I promise. Usually we have a more robust show, but I guess people are, they're enjoying outside and they're not breaking any laws. But yeah, so I will give you guys like 2 minutes to get your questions in if you have any. If not, we can close out here. Remember to book your one-on-ones at linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube page and the podcast so that you can keep up with the show. Even if you can't make it live, you can watch it at your leisure. Go grab your NPL Legal Dish merch. It's like the top two buttons. What else do I need to tell you guys? Hey, JT Black 87, we're about to end, my dear. Yeah, so I think that is where we are going to close it for tonight because I don't think you guys don't seem to have any questions, and that's a good thing because that means that I did a good job explaining. But remember, we did our Kanye story talking about him using Brie Babineau's vocals. We talked about Locast, the nonprofit in quotation marks streaming service, and the 51-year-old British man who's facing 30 years in prison for piracy. Okay, so if you missed any of that, thank you, Latanya. If you missed any of that, be sure to rewatch the replay once it goes up. I will I be here tomorrow? No, tomorrow I have plans. I may be able to do a makeup show on Friday. This week has been a little hectic, but we will take care of that sooner rather than later. So have a great night. Have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves. No problem. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.